Hey guys, Fusebox back on Raid Shadow Legends, and we're gonna jump into the Hydra boss because I haven't gotten to yet. So I have been catching up on everything. So let's go over some of the stuff that you may know. Maybe you haven't taken advantage of it. One thing, you get a week to take these keys, like three hits in the first day. Unless you already have your teams figured out, that's rough. So we're gonna come at this assuming that it's tough to make 3 full teams and get really good scores on all of them. So let's just do a regular team and one team showing off Inquisitor Shamal. So let's talk about him for just a minute. So Inquisitor Shamal, what makes him special is his ability to, basically, if he's on your team, nobody's going to get feared because he removes fears when they take them and then buffs, speeds up their turn meter. Absolutely going to be amazing. Now, right now, there is kind of a bug if you're using deterrence and it's actually filling the turn meter like overfill. So basically you just go way too many times. If you've got him, you need to use him before the 21st when they're going to, it's not going to really wreck him, but it's going to make this not so amazing. So if you have Inquisitor Shamel, definitely put him on your team. A great way to get started. I saw this on Stu Gaming. Everybody's kind of caught up to it. I'm a little behind the curve. What I have, everybody here does AoEs on their A1. So in the team setup, we're going to turn off everything but their A1s. So we've got everything turned off but their A1s. Now, Bad L is amazing on here because he actually heals with his A1. You do want to keep yourself going. They're going to take turns eventually. And, we need to fix him. Turn everything off but the A1s. And we'll talk about, this is some horrible gear, by the way. I have decent gear on Sachi. Bad L is brand new for me. He's really, really not built out yet. Things rolled up like on Sinesha to 8 and 12. But we're going to show what happens when everybody comes through using their A1 AoE. Every time, except for Inquisitor Shamal, every time that you make contact, we'll save this. You just start this on auto. So basically what's going to happen, every A1, we'll just put it on auto. Every A1 is going to trigger the fear, and it's going to basically give us almost a counterattack by buffing us further than it should on turn meter. So we're going to get a lot of turns every time we hit the Head of Torment. So if the Head of Torment does not come back at a certain point, things could get tricky. So one thing you might do is click on because Inquisitor Shamel will actually hit other heads. You might want to make sure you're trying to kill a couple of heads at once so that you have a better chance of getting the Head of Torment back when they actually recycle. But other than that, there's really nothing to it. If you ever get scared, if you have somebody like Sinesh on your team, you can take it off auto and just use her ability to equalize everybody's HP, get you right back in the fight. So we may actually see that happen here in a little bit. The hope is that we'll be able to kill one of the other heads, if not a couple of them at the same time, so that when they come back, we'll hopefully have another Head of Torment, causing every AoE to boost our turn meter because of Inquisitor Shamel. So if you have him, be using him. He's just an easy way to get through these bosses. He's going to be great when they fix deterrence. But everybody with deterrence, I did not redo Skull Crown. She doesn't have it. But deterrence actually makes this, you get extra procs. They're going to make it to where it can only trigger once per turn. So after the 21st, that's going to happen. It won't be as powerful, but it'll still be one of the most amazing passive abilities for the Hydra boss. So we'll kind of watch this through. And we're waiting for that Head of Torment to die. Things are going to slow down tremendously at that point. We may have to take it off auto to use a heal manually. And then we're hoping to kill multiple heads and get the Head of Torment back. We need this blue guy, number 2 here. We need him up as much as possible to just make it so easy to blow through your 1 key, help your clan move further through this boss. So I just, while it's working, and even when they fix deterrence from proccing so much, you're still probably going to want to use Inquisitor Shamal. He's just made for this fight. He protects you from fears instantly. So that's if nothing else, just for that. You'll never have a fear on your team. So we're about to kill it. It looks like we're not going to kill 2 at once. You could take it off of auto and start trying to use single target moves to manual one down. But let's just see how it plays out. All we're worried about is while he's down, if our HP starts to drop, we're going to take it off of auto. Like I can use some Nesha to equalize everybody's HP. And then we're right back in the fight, back to auto. So we killed the Head of Torment. Now we're really hoping to kill, it looks like Mischief is our next big target. And we really, really want the Head of Torment to come back. That's our number one goal right now. So we're just watching our HP. All right, now it's getting low. So we're going to kind of wait until it is Sinesha's turn. I'm just watching her turn meter bar. When she is next to go, we're going to take it off of auto. Let's see, one more, two more. Come on. So she should be right here. Who we got? Nope, we got Sachi. Here we go. So I'm just going to real quick use my equalize with the highest HP we have. Put it back on auto. And hope that we can actually get rid of that shield. I'm going to try to focus him for a minute. As much as I can. And if I need it, I actually have more heals hiding in what is his name? Abyssal? He's got a heal. We might use it while we're waiting. Well, it takes forever. All these procs and all these speed boosts. So we got the Head of Torment back. It's absolutely perfect. We should be able to real quick. I'm going to go ahead and use this heal. And we're just going to hit auto again. And we can actually focus the Head of Torment now. Go back into that crazy madness of getting a bunch of turn meter boost. And it's kind of bugged right now, but the 21st, they're going to try to address that by the way deterrence works. I really think that it's still going to be super strong. Unfortunately, we have a block heal right now on Sachi. I don't know how that's going to turn out. We need her to wear through that as quick as possible. But we should get a lot of turns before they take many. So it may work out. But you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Yeah, they took Sachi out. But I ran this. I backed out when I was right around 11, 12 million. It was still going strong. Definitely an easy way to get tons of damage. Just tons of damage. So don't overlook Inquisitor Shamal. Now that we've talked about that, we can go ahead and go show, we're about to have a couple of heads down. I'll speed this up a little bit. We'll watch a little bit more, and then we'll go and just build a team the way that I've been looking at it. And you'll have to just see who you have that can sub in and do the important things that they're doing.
Now break it down. This illusion is shrouded by a cloud of uncertainty. And we walk in despairing world for reasons unknown. The mind is hidden senses. Reassuring time is useless. The impediment, this life on earth is an illusion. This life on
you get the idea. Having deterrence, when you hit the head of torment with your AoE, you don't have to target him to do that. Everybody's got an AoE. They're going to take a fear. It's going to give them an attack. It's going to boost their turn meter, which is seemingly bugged. And then you're going to use deterrence because of the fear. And you're going to get another hit, which gives you a fear. You see how that works. They're going to try to make it to where deterrence only works once per turn. So that will maybe slow you down a little bit. But anyway, even with that, absolutely amazing. And we're doing this without one of our heroes because we had really bad RNG and we took the debuff for no heals. But you could do this all day. It is so easy to get a huge key. You could heal if you ever had a scary moment. So we're going to get out of here. I don't want to waste that key. I want to build them in actual damage gear and make that key count because we're still trying to push through normal into brutal. When we get to brutal, that same technique is going to push us into nightmare. It's hard, brutal, nightmare. It's totally a viable way to go. And even when they supposedly fix him or whatever, he's going to be amazing. Also, I wouldn't suggest trying to speed tune until you start getting to brutal or nightmare where your clan's going to be settled and trying to kill, because there's too many ways we're going to figure out to get good damage. So that's one way to easily get, 15, 20 million damage. Push right through it. I can't wait. I just got to put them in some real gear. So one team can be built around AoEs and Inquisitor Shamal if you have him. But let's just build a team. So let's get these out of here. All right. So the stuff if you've got somebody like Brogni, you need to stay alive. The big shield from Brogni and the heals that you get from the shield are pretty much ridiculous. He also does the reflect damage, so he can proc some Giant Slayer procs. So, he's absolutely amazing. If I'm not using him, I'm probably looking at somebody like Melga Steelgirdle who can revive and put up big shields. You could use, when I'm making another team, put up big shields with Valkyrie, get those counterattacks. So, plenty of options. I'm basically looking for serious protection. I'm going to go ahead and use him. Because there are 4 heads, even Miscreated Monster can put up a pretty big shield. And Ally Protect is definitely a strong move. So, Miscreated Monster could even help you out here. We've got protection. Now I want heals. You can get a 2-for-1 when it comes to heals. We're going to go ahead and find Rector Drath. She doesn't just bring big heals. She does have a revive, which you do want to bring a reviver. And she also, if you need it, has the resist aura. And she also puts up a veil. If I'm on another team, when I don't have another person who puts up veil on the entire team, I'll bring people like Ninja. I'll bring people like a Boro. They'll put it on themselves, keeping them from being feared all the time. So let's go without bringing a Hex character to control the Head of Mischief, just to see how you can make this play out. So we're going to want damage. We're going to want to break defense or weaken, preferably defense. Now, it's hard to beat bringing a strengthen buff and breaking defense and weaken at once. So I'm going to bring Lydia. She's not going to do, that's her job. She's going to keep us, she does do that with a strengthen buff. If I wasn't using her, I would use Ugo. Ugo is amazing because she breaks their defense. She puts up a leech, keeping you alive, and she blocks the ability for them to buff. So that's another great way to do this. And then we're going to need damage. We absolutely need damage. So let's bring in, if we're not going to use this key, let's just show off what Ninja's good. And I'm going to go ahead and take, let's take a Boro to show just how amazing she is, her ability to steal those buffs back, because we're going to be dealing with buffs and debuffs. And then probably looking for somebody to, HP burns good. If you go long enough, you're going to be up against the poison cloud, and HP burn just negates everything the poison cloud does. So that might be a pretty good team right there, if it's enough to keep us alive. Let's just real quick see how a team, you know what? Let's go with an ally attack. We've got Kreela. It's hard not to go ahead and take Cardiel, because he has the ability to speed up our team. He has an allied attack. Pretty much amazing. Every time he A1s, we're going to get a small heal that's going to help keep us alive. So if I'm building a team, this looks like a solid team. Let's just kind of show how everybody plays their part. It doesn't have to be this exact team. We may play at the end around with another team, similar but just different heroes. So you might start out on auto, you might start manually. We're basically going to try to break their defense and start doing damage right off the bat. We do have this big counter attack, or we could put up block buffs. Just have to choose. I think for right now, we'll start out with doing an allied attack. We'll end up using this to, I don't want to attack the Head of Torment until Vel's up. So that'll be coming soon. We accidentally took a fear there. Now we have block buffs up. Now we have Vel up. So we can attack the Head of Torment, and it's pretty weak on defense. It's easy to take down. So we may go after it. I wish I had the ally attack for it now. But now that we're under Vel, we don't have to worry about a thing. And when a Burrow comes around, you see before he spreads these buffs, if a Burrow gets a move, we'll show just how amazing she is. We're just going to kind of A1 for a minute. We've already got block buffs up, so I'm going to wait for Cardiel to put it up. And we're still under Vel, so we're going to go ahead and pick on the Head of Torment. We can do a lot of damage on him. Increase that shield. And we're looking for... Okay, so he spread the buffs. Now, a Burrow, she can put Vel on herself. We'll save that. Right here, she has a chance to remove all buffs. So let's just see if we can take those. Look at that. Somebody like her can really, really help you out. Now, I would have held on to that until I needed to go after one of these. We're still under a Vel, so we're going to continue attacking the Torment. Because in this case, we don't want Torment out. We want him gone. We want to kill him and get another head out. Now, if you have Inquisitor Shamil, you might want to keep him around. And it looks like that's where we're going to be going. So I'm going to keep block buffs, block debuffs on my team. And we're going to go ahead and break that shield. That's my little formula. Chase the shields. Make sure you're always getting your heroes back. And you can see how it's not that hard to survive. So I'm going to just speed through this a little bit. We can go ahead and let's put it on auto for a minute. Let's target the head we want to get done with the shield. It's almost gone. And then every time somebody gets swallowed up, right now we have Ninja. Okay, here's another thing you can do. Ninja is going to be swallowed up soon. So what we're going to do, you see this reflect damage on head number 3. We're going to go ahead and let Ninja start attacking head number 3 and try to kill himself before that countdown hits 0. That's going to let him die, and then no one will be swallowed. So on this turn, we can avoid being swallowed up. Let's just kind of keep picking on this for a minute. Oh, wait, we don't have... I want to wait until I have Vel up. So much to think about, right? All right, let's... we don't have a shield on. We'll go ahead and hit them all real quick. So we have three more turns of the heads before they swallow up Ninja. So I'm hoping he gets a turn. Hit that reflect damage. If we can get him to die, we might as well kill this Head of Torment. Now Ninja's dead. We can revive him. And then as soon as he revives, we don't have to worry about it. We've already started a new countdown on Cardiel. Also, as far as the formula goes, decapitate a head, everybody goes all in on that head. Watch the damage start soaring. They hit for so much. It takes so much damage. So now we're picking up damage. And this team, we're going to go ahead and revive Ninja. And then we're going to, next time we get around to our perfect Veil and our heal. So let's break defense and weaken on this decapitated head and go all in on it. So I'm just trying to explain how this works. And this will easily go to about round 100 if you play it right. You can auto and then take it off auto at certain points. And that's all you got to do to get tons of damage. Just tons of damage. We just want to keep going after this decapitated head. That's basically all we're worried about right now. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this. When we see reflect damage, I'm going to let Cardiel start picking on him so that he can go ahead and try to kill himself. And then if he dies, we have to take this heal. That puts us under a Veil. We'll go ahead and take the shield. We still have 9 turns. So you get the idea. You can easily get yourself up to, I'm pretty sure if I was careful, I could probably get close to 15, 20 million. And maybe even more. It just would. I haven't played it through yet. So let's real quick back out. What do you do if you don't have these heroes or different heroes? Let's check it out. Let me get out of here. I can't wait to use these keys real quick. But you definitely want to try to get the most you can out of this. All right. So you're on your second go. You used the best you could to try to come up with something similar to what we just did. Now, if you don't know what to do, bring in as much survival as you can. One thing you can do is take a real tanky hero and just make that hero, preferably somebody that buffs themselves with lots of buffs. You could go ahead and make that one hero super high resist. That way, when the Head of Mischief steals buffs, he goes for whoever has the most buffs. And if they are the one hero with high resistance, he'll never be able to steal buffs. That could help you too. But let's just go generically. We need lots of survival. We're probably going to want, let's see, Leech. Leech might be good. Ugo, I actually would prefer to bring Ugo. Let's do this. Let's do this. Constant healing. You're going to have damage. So, like, maybe we take some big damage in. We're going to need Ninja. A lot of people have Ninja. We'll just raise our attack. And then we only have one revive. It would be nice to have another reviver. So basically, you're going to... Maybe a counterattack would be good, but it depends on what you have. Let's just bring an HP burn hero. And maybe a shield hero. So here, you're going to have to pick on one hero. We're not bringing in the ability to steal buffs off of people, remove buffs, but we are bringing in some damage. So we're going to avoid the Head of Torment as much as we can. And we're going to go ahead and start picking on one. We just want to take one of these heads down. It actually looks like we might be better off to go after this first one. HP burn everybody. And you got to remember, like, really, I would prefer to bring Royal Guard to Septimus because he can do this to everybody. But that 10% cap is not a bad deal here. So we're going to go ahead and put, let's increase attack before Septimus gets to go. And then whoever you're picking on, that's a big hit. That's a big hit. And then when he's decapitated, it's a much bigger hit. So you definitely want to kind of keep in mind, bringing big damage is not a bad idea. We're just going to pick on this guy. And this shield over here, usually I'd be going for it. But really, if this is all I have, I want to get tons of damage out before things go south. Because things are going to go south. So we're going to go ahead and just keep doing damage. And you just bring your damage dealers with as much survivability as you can. And before you know it, you should easily have a few million damage. You can see we're already up to almost 1 million. And we haven't even gotten one decapitation yet. With a pretty heavy, it's a pretty heavy support team. Probably could have lost Dracul and went in here with just another damage dealer like Royal Guard. So if that's all you have on your last team, bring in absolute raw damage with some serious support. And I would actually think I would take Dracul out, bring in maybe Royal Guard, and be doing big damage as fast as I can before they kill me. So that's the 3 different ways you can approach this boss. Definitely play off that Inquisitor Shamel if you got it. But so I've got to get in here and try to help knock this normal out so we can move on. But let me know anything you've come up with yourself. There's bound to be some interesting ideas we come up with as time goes on. Speed tunes are definitely looking like they're going to be a thing in the future, but probably for Nightmare, maybe Brutal. You don't really want to spend your time rebuilding teams too much for normal and hard. Anyways, I'm about to have me some fun. I haven't gotten to dive in. This is going to be my first night to really get in and try to do some big damage. Let me know how you're doing, or if you have some ideas or want some ideas tested out, because I'm excited to see what we can do to this boss. Until next time, enjoy the grind.